Hey, everybody. Hi. It's Acting from All Angles. My name is Julianne Lichty Stratton. We're going to be talking about preparing for a shoot. But first, let me introduce us. I've got Michelle Wilson here, and I've got Lorenzo Silva. And as
Hello.
I said, I'm Julianne Lichty Stratton, and I am the creator of Actors in Action, Professional Acting Conservatory. And these are two of my advanced students. And Cheryl is there. Hey, Cheryl. We're going to be singing Cheryl in class pretty soon tonight. Great. So we're going to talk about, I'm going to do a striptease for you. Exciting.
Wow.
Woo! We're going to be talking
TVMA.
about, last week we talked about creating your own content. And Lorenzo was on here with me because we were talking about this short that we're shooting this weekend. We're going to shoot the first part of the short. So these two are starring in the short. Lorenzo plays Tony with an I and Tony with a Y, a twin brother and sister, and Michelle plays their mother. And so I just wanted to talk to my actors about how they've been preparing for this shoot and what it is we need to do. And I'm also going to talk about, as a director, how to prepare for a shoot so everything can go smoothly. We all know shoots. There's a lot that goes into making a movie, and there's a lot of preparation you need to do. So if you guys just want to talk a little bit about, Lorenzo, maybe you could talk a little bit about how you are preparing to maybe play this dual role. So he's playing a brother and a sister. They're twins. And just talk a little bit about what you've been doing to get ready for that.
I mean, so obviously first thing I did was break down the script. Me and Julianne broke down the script some even more the other night, and I've been breaking down on my own. And
can you tell them what breaking down the script means
so
exactly?
basically breaking down the script is finding out everything about, in my eyes, it's finding everything that my character wants, everything that my character needs, and all of my actions and my objectives and each scene, each individual scene, and the entire story in a whole. And so I did all of that, and obviously the wants and needs of these characters are polar opposites because one's got their life together, the woman, Tony with an I, and the other one doesn't, Tony with a Y. And then besides that, obviously I am not a woman and I am not playing a transgender, so I've been toying around and playing around with trying to come up with a natural female voice. And it's kind of funny because I'm playing two characters and they talk all the time. So I'm pretty sure people have been driving past me and looking at this guy saying, what is this guy doing? Including probably my mom's been listening through the vents saying, why is he talking like a girl?
His real mom.
My real mom.
His real mom.
And then also preparing too, I'm doing a little bit of help on the producing side. I've been locking down locations. I've locked down all of our exterior locations. So it's the prep I've been doing.
Yeah, which has been really, really great. There's so much that goes into making a film. You really need a team to make a film. You got to have locations. You've got to have the script. You've got to have craft services. You've got to have a shooting script. You've got to have scenes. What are they called? Where you have your script, a shot list of things that you need for all that kind of stuff. And this will be interesting because, hey, Devin, because we are shooting one actor playing two different roles. So we have to do some trick photography with this, which we talked a little bit about last week. But Michelle, let's talk about you, how you've been preparing for this shoot.
Well, as the mom, I have to figure out, okay, I have these two children, these twins, and I've decided that I absolutely adore my son, but the daughter drives me crazy. But because of course she's probably more like me. And so I am this doubting mother, which just babying my one son. And so I have to make a very distinct difference between how I speak with him and then how I speak with her, which is him too. Anyways, and just my feelings, what do I want from this? What do I want from him? What do I want from her? And yet I want the family all together. You have to look at the whole thing. Where is his family? Where have they come from? What are all their goals? And she's basically trying to help him because the daughter can do anything she wants all by herself. So
she's got a nice boyfriend too.
And she's got a really nice boyfriend, so she doesn't need me.
She's just got it together.
But poor Tony here, oh my Lord.
Poor guy. He's a little bit socially awkward. He's not awkward. He doesn't have he's not on the spectrum or anything like that. He's just a little socially awkward. He just kind of thinks a little differently. But
mother's kept a hoop around him.
Yes. So one thing, hey, Taryn's there and Ashley's there.
My
Hi
boyfriend.
Guys. There's Taryn's playing his boyfriend.
My boyfriend.
Hi, Taryn.
So I wanted to ask you, Michelle, and you too, Lorenzo, a little bit. But Michelle, so what do you think it's going to be like working with the same actor playing two roles, the actual shooting of it? So because
Oh.
how we're going to do it is we're
I'm
going to
excited.
shoot. Yeah, it'll be interesting, huh?
Mhm.
So we're going to shoot the scene once with Lorenzo playing Tony with an I,
Mhm.
and then the next day we're going to go back and shoot the next that same scene with him playing Tony with a Y, and we're going to meld them together. And there's one scene where you guys are at breakfast, and Michelle, I think you're going to be on this side of the table, and Tony with an I is going to be here, and Tony with a Y is going to be here. So, what do you think are the challenges of shooting those two scenes?
Well, it'll be remembering that as I, project my dialogue towards Tony with an I, the difference and the whole feeling I have for that person, and then Tony with a Y, how I'm projecting and putting my whatever dialogue I have to say to him over there. And it'll be different because I adore him, he needs me. There's just a bond between mommy son, and mommy daughter. She can handle it herself.
Yeah.
So
I-
being aware of
Yeah,
where we're going to make that split.
I think a lot of it is going to be very technical with the eye line.
Mhm.
Like looking here with one person that's not
Mhm.
there,
Mhm.
and then looking here with another person that's not there either. So I think eye line is going to be important, which is we do talk about in my class referencing, creating stuff that isn't there, like you do on a green screen. So I think that's going to be really interesting. And then
And
also,
maybe we'll even put something there.
Yeah.
So that will be where my eye line will be for each of the characters.
yeah, we may have somebody stand in
Mhm.
and read the lines or say the lines. A big thing in shooting is we can't let people like this. We couldn't shoot it like this, where I'm sort of in between these people. We have to have enough space. So
Mhm.
there's space between people, like space between he and I, and space between her and her for the editing. So Lorenzo, how about you? What do you think? We're just going to wrap it up. We just have a couple minutes left. So
I think not on the technical side. I just want to talk about something that I think is going to be really interesting on more of the acting side.
Mhm.
Is so me and Michelle, we work together frequently, and we work together really well. And we worked on a scene for a long time, and it was interesting because those characters in those scenes really needed each other and really wanted each other, but they had a lot of conflict. So it's almost like we're taking that conflict and that need for each other and just absolutely splitting it in half. And now Michelle
Mhm.
has to play against me as one character where there's conflict and doesn't really need her, and has to play where there's no conflict and really needs and wants that character. So I think there's going to be some really interesting dynamic
Yeah.
between me
that
and
will be
Michelle.
really interesting.
Yeah.
The scene they're talking about is in the showcase we did in August. They did something from Tennessee Williams,
Hi,
Orpheus
Paulina.
Descending.
Hi, Paulina.
Yeah, hi Paulina. Hey Paulina, yes, we're there too.
Orpheus.
Orpheus Descending, and they played this older woman and this younger man that had this mad attraction to each other, and they kind of like don't act on it, kind of thing. It's a really beautiful scene, and they did it really. So they really nuanced that out. So this will be interesting to see these two characters played, or these three characters played together. So that's cool. I just want to wrap it up with saying a couple of things from the director's point of view. So like I said, having a shot list. You have to have a shot list. You have to know, like, for scene one, we're going to do following them with our handheld apparatus, following him into the house. And then I'm going to shoot it from the other side, seeing Tony come in. And then I've got to get coverage of Michelle's character when she says, how'd it go? Stuff like that. So it's really helpful to get a shot list of all the different shots you're going to do. And it'll be very interesting because for these scenes that we have the Tony with a Y and Tony with an I in it, we have to have a shot from this angle on, like, it'll be scene 1, scene 1B, take 2, I, meaning Tony with an I is in it. And then we'll do another one, Y, Tony with a Y in it, and melding those together. So that'll be a really interesting thing, kind of a challenge technically to put that together. So that's the basics of how you prepare. We're definitely going to be doing some Facebook Live from the set. So you guys tune in this weekend from that, because I think we'll have a lot of fun stuff we're going to be doing. And hopefully this gives you an idea about how to prepare for doing a shoot. This is just a little smidget of what it's like for that. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. We're so glad you're here. If you have any questions, please always leave them. I always love to answer you guys' questions. So do you guys have any parting shots you want to say?
I'm just excited to share this with everybody when we finish.
Yeah,
it. I think
it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be funny.
Yes.
It's gonna be good.
I think it'll be fun too. Okay, awesome. Have a great night. We will see you next week on
Thank
Acting
you.
from All Angles. Bye.